Welcome back to Central Florida Spotlight, joined again by Congressman Michael Waltz. And Congressman Waltz, this week we learned Senator Charles Schumer is proposing legislation that would block President Trump from placing his name on those additional stimulus checks. What's your position on that proposal?
You know, I honestly, my position is we have a lot of things we need to be doing. And this is seems to be kind of a political back and forth between two personalities. I'm looking forward to getting back up to Washington and working on the defense bill that still has to move forward to guarantee our safety. And, you know, two things that I want to see in a future package that I'm very worried about. One is liability protections. We can't have businesses struggling to get back open and get hit with an avalanche of lawsuits. So that's one piece. And, you know, I mean, back to the problems with these various programs, I want to see a tax holiday for both businesses and individuals. It makes no sense to me from the beginning, and I've argued this from day one, why we're collecting these trillions, why businesses are still paying taxes, individuals are still paying taxes, just to turn around and try to redistribute them out to people through what are often inefficient and antiquated government IT systems.
Lawsuits with our return to work. Is there going to be some exemptions for companies that agree to open so that they aren't sued if someone were to get sick that's either working there or that goes and uses that business and claims they got sick there?
So it's something I've raised this with Larry Kudlow, the president's economic advisor. They are working on it, but he did not want to disclose the details yet. And also there's a working committee in the Financial Services Committee in the House. That's one of the things I'm looking forward to getting back to. But yeah, exactly what you described. We can't have businesses that have been devastated, have taken government assistance, or trying to finally get back open, and either their employees are suing them because they become sick, or patrons are suing them because they become sick. Now, obviously, if there's gross negligence, that's a different story. But I think the way to think about it is you can't sue a company if you go eat and then end up getting the flu.
What should those sanctions be? What should it look like going forward when it comes to China?
Yeah. Well, look, I think this, the silver lining in this, for me at least, is a wholesale rethink across American society of our relationship with China. Just as we were in a Cold War with the Soviet Union in the 20th century, we need to wake up to the fact that China is in a Cold War with us in the 21st century. And that's not fear-mongering or being hawkish. Those are their words from the Chinese Communist Party's leadership. They aim to dominate the United States by taking our technology, dominating us economically, before they do so militarily. Just read their speeches. And so I hope this is a wake-up call. I've already introduced legislation to bring our manufacturing back home, to block the Chinese from stealing our technology, either out of our universities through cyber, or what they're doing right now, which is actually buying up distressed American businesses and I mean, that's just the real irony there, that the arsonist that started the fire is now going to profit out of it. And then, you know, another piece of legislation I just dropped last week, which just should blow people's minds, that the retirement plan for the United States military is actually making moves as we speak to invest in Chinese companies associated with their defense industry. So I just talked to the president about stopping that on his end through an executive order, and I'm working with Senator Rubio to stop it from a legislative standpoint.
You had that conversation with the president. Before I let you go, I do have to ask this. Whether
Sure.
people love him or hate him, or they're somewhere in between, how is he holding up as a person with all of this immense pressure on his shoulders?
You know, his spirit, the man's energy, again, you know, obviously people have opinions across the spectrum, but I could tell you, having worked with him, his energy is just incredible. I just don't know how he does it, because he is going, it seems like, from 4 or 5 a.m. to midnight, 1 in the morning, and then back at it again.
Thank you, Congressman Waltz. Lots on your plate as well. We appreciate your time. Thanks to both my guests today.